Some celebs pull up loco. You know we up next, pull up mobos. They gon' be there on repeat, they like, oh no. Where's the mix it up, let's take a photo now. For now, I'm loco. For now, preserve the beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud, I'm more loud.
There we go again. Look at me. Just going in. The thing's on mute. It's crazy. Good thing this thing goes green when it's not on mute. Because I'll be sitting here for about 2-3 minutes until someone told me. But yeah, big up yourself, man. Big up the whole Metric community. Smash the likes, everybody. Make sure you smash the likes. If you're new, make sure you subscribe. We're always here every day getting into all the Manchester United news, as we're going to do now. Obviously, you lot know about the Wolves game already. We done what we needed to do. Shambolic first half. Going band for Wolves. But we ended up bringing it back in the second half. But let's get into the news, man. You know we've always got the news here for you lot. We're going to dive straight in, man. And we're going to speak about what's going on. So this is obviously what we're going to start with. This is the Ederson talks. There's all these talks about Ederson. We've been linked with him for ages. Obviously, Fabrizio came out and he's been telling us about him as well for about a year and a half or something now. He's been telling us about Ederson. We really like Ederson. He's a player that he's energetic. He's fast. He's got a lot of pace on him. All the traits that basically they love for Ruben's system, that it will work. So Ederson's part of that, man. And there's talks today that's come out, and it's just more or less talking about all of these contract talks from an Italian journalist, Alfredo Padula, who he's kind of reliable. He's on and off for Italian news. So he's come out and he's basically saying, listen, Ederson has paused the contract talks, which could lower his 50 million price. With his deal running until 2027, the club don't want to risk losing him on a free. So he's got a year and a half or something left. And they're saying, we don't want to lose him on a free, so we just want him to come and go now that he can. If we can sell him now, let's get rid of him. That's what they're coming with. That's how they're looking at this. But we've been linked with him for ages. So this might be an opportunity to go out there and get Ederson. I keep telling you, lot, if there's somebody that we need to go get for this midfield in January that's plausible, it's probably Ederson. I don't want to hear about João Gomez and all of these other guys, these Conor Gallagher's, and nah, man. I just want someone that can do a job, someone that's done jobs before, someone that understands the game, which is Ederson. He's played in Champions League, Europa League final, he won it. He played against Liverpool and Boston midfield. He knows what he's doing. He's robust. He's exactly what we need. So, yeah, Ederson has paused contract talks, man. He's paused it. And I'll show you what last thing that Fabrizio said about this as well. This was the last time Fabrizio spoke on him. And this is what he said about it. He said, Ederson has been on a list of Manchester United for a very long time. He was a target for United 1 year ago. Then it was not possible to get the deal done with Atlanta in January 2025. The agent is now saying the contract of Ederson is valid until 2027. There's no discussion on him going to extend it. The price for Ederson is now between 30 to 40 million. So that's about 26 million pounds, bro. That's a bundle. We've seen talks about Conor Gallagher being 26 million pounds. Ederson is 26 million pounds. Ederson is the guy. He scores goals. He defends. He's got pace. He's robust. He's got strength. He wins duels. Do you know what I'm saying? He does what he needs to do. He eats up the ground. Gallagher only eats up ground. That's the only thing that I can say about Gallagher that is positive. But why would we need to eat up ground when we've already got someone that does the same thing for the same price, which is 26 million? So I think it goes without saying. So that Fabrizio said that, what, 9 days ago? Yeah, about 9 days ago. And then today, there's talks about this. So there's something in there. There's something brewing. We really like him. He suits Amrin's system to a T. He suits it. He's that guy that's got pace, that can run. So he suits it. So and the agent's come out himself. This is Ederson's agent that came out and said what he said. Ederson's agent himself came out and said, listen, he's not, I don't think he's gonna extend the contract. He's not extending the contract. So yeah, he's gonna be 26 million. So he's trying to get him a move. That's what your agent does. Your agent tries to get you a move. And that's exactly what the agent has tried to do. And then from then, as you can see, Fabrizio's come out and spoke about it. And then now we've got Alfredo Padula. So I don't know, man. It's brewing, man. It's brewing. Ederson, agent. Let's go to his agent so I could just show you that himself, what his agent said. And if your agent comes out and says this, look at that. Ederson's agent, Andre Curry. The price for Ederson has dropped as his contract expires in June 2027. Now he can be available for 30 to 40 million. A big opportunity for sure. Atlanta wanted 70 million last summer. So it shows your agent, you tell him, I'd want to move, and he's got to do his job. So his agent knows, all right, I've got to go out there and put this out there that you want to move and that this is going to be a price. If he was staying or if he was going to extend his contract, why would he be coming out here letting us know what his thing is, what his price is? You understand? He's letting us know, yo, it's 30 to 40 million. That's a bundle for someone. That's 26 million. Go and get him. Come on, man. That's the guy. Forget João Gomez. Forget Conor Gallagher and these guys, man. Go and get Ederson 30, 40 million. So that's a boost, man. That he's obviously his agents come out and said it. Now that more or less Atlanta's cut the price, it's a boost. And now Alfredo, who is in Italy, has come and said the same thing more or less. That yeah, he's not gonna big up his contract. It might be 50 million or so, and he's not gonna extend it. With his deal running until 2007, the club don't want to risk it. So the club don't even want to risk losing him on a free. It's a madness. So we'll see what happens with Ederson, man. Hopefully, that's the guy we bring in, man. January. 26 million is a bundle. I know he's like, what's he, 26, 27? I don't even know, but either way, come on. He's got experience. This guy's won trophies. Ederson, Atlanta age. Let's see how old he is, because you know Ineos don't really like players over the age of 29 and all that. So let's see. Atlanta age 26 years old. Come on, man. 26 years old, Ederson. Let's go and snatch him up ASAP, man. Two of the clubs that are looking at him. Manchester United, Liverpool, blah, blah. So there's more talks about Ederson all over the place. See what I'm saying? Everywhere I'm looking, there's little talks about Ederson. But that's the situation with Ederson. We'll see what happens. 26 million is what he is. He's not talking about a contract over there. And the club have said they will sell him. So it's perfect. Whoever wants to get him is perfect. You just got to pick. And he fits the model. We've been looking at him for ages. Over a year now. We looked at him at the same time that we're looking at Ugarte. And we literally used Ederson it was Ederson and Sander Berge. We were saying Sander Berge, we'll go for him, or Ugarte. And then PSG let go of Ugarte, and then we just came in. And then they gave him, 50 million, which is crazy when you actually think about it. 42 million, 50 million with add-ons is mad. So it is what it is. But I like this Ederson contract as poor. So that's the Ederson news. If you're new here, don't worry. I'll summarize again at the end, and we'll get into it. Don't worry. This is the stuff about Kobbie Mainoo. Look at that. So we've got a little battle going on right now with Kobbie Mainoo, bro. It's Bayern Munich are having little chats about Kobbie Mainoo, and we've got Napoli. Obviously, Napoli seems like they're in the race because they're leading it, to be honest, because of Højlund, McTominay, etc. But Bayern Munich have apparently opened talks with Kobbie Mainoo's agent and are confident about signing the star. So this is open talks with the agent. This is nothing that's going to go global or be confirmed yet or whatever. But with the agent to say, yo, listen, we want him on loan. What are you saying? Are you going to be with it? Whatever. So it is where it is, man. But I don't think this should happen, man. I'm not rating this Kobbie Mainoo stuff, man. I was happy to see him playing yesterday, getting some game time, but I don't think we should even let him go. But I understand why he would want to go. Do you understand? Let me just go, get my 6 months on loan, play somewhere and make the World Cup, and then I'll come back. Because everything about Kobbie Mainoo has always been said it's a loan. No one has said anything about Kobbie wants to leave. He doesn't want to leave. Every single talk is, he just wants to go for 6 months to be able to play, and that's it. So we'll see what happens with Kobbie, man. But I hope if it is going to be a little loan, it's just a little loan. It's not no obligations or nothing. Because you know how Ineos are backing Amrin, but I don't want them to over-back him where it's like, you know what, we'll get rid of him. You know what I'm saying? Like, let him just go for real. Nah, I'm not on that. So that's Bayern Munich now. They're involved and apparently are talking to his agents. So we'll see what happens. And then obviously we got this. This is, everything's today's news, by the way, people. So this is today. Look, Mainoo has no problem joining Napoli. The club still needs to finalize the deal with Man United and find a financial and technical space to sign him. So this is obviously a Sky Sports member in, I don't know, in Italy or something. But it says Sky Sports in Italy. This is what apparently they're saying. Like they're saying that, listen, they still want to sign Mainoo and they just want to deal with Man United. Remember, we've dealt with them with McTominay, we've dealt with them with Højlund. Us and Napoli have got a little good 1, 2, 3. We can reason. So we'll see what happens, man. But I don't mind. I want Mainoo to go and play in it, whatever way it happens. If he goes on loan and he plays, the only thing man's happy about with the Mainoo thing is he doesn't want to leave for real. He just wants to stay, but he wants to go and make the World Cup. He's looking at the guys that are going to the World Cup now, these Whartons and these Andersons, and saying, bro, that was me. I was in the Euros. I was standing next to Rice and playing for this team. Now, I can't even get a look in. So that's the situation with Mainoo, man. He just wants to play. But it seems like we might get a little battle where he gets to pick in the end, Napoli or Bayern. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I reckon if he goes Bayern, he might still fight for his position. Goretzka, Kimmich. There's a few of them there that are okay in the middle. So if he goes to Napoli, he might go straight into that team. I know De Bruyne is there 10, or McTominay plays a bit second striker-ish as well. But in the midfield, I don't think they've got any proper ballers like that. He might go straight into the team. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, and he's got Højlund there and McTominay. He's got the link. So it is where it is, man. But Mainoo, happy to see him play, man. But it's a weird one. Him and Xerxes as well. Because when you look at what Amrin's on, he doesn't really rate them. Even Xerxes, he's been playing a bit, but come on, Cunha's back. My man's back on the bench. He's not rated one bit. So it's just evident what's going to happen with a few of these players. They're having their time now, but when it push comes to shove, they're probably going to end up going. But I don't want Mainoo to go on a permanent. I don't mind him going on loan and getting some minutes, but permanently, no way. So cool. So that's the Mainoo stuff. Let me show you. Look, now this is breaking news more or less. I'll show you. Look, 30 minutes ago, we had this Sky Sports Italy again. So Sky Sports Italy must be reliable to an extent. Has come out and said that Roma are ongoing negotiations with Manchester United for Joshua Xerxes. There's a daily dialogue. United want a permanent move or a loan with obligation to buy, while Roma want a loan with an option to buy tied to certain targets. So basically, this is what I'm trying to say. And this is what I'm scared about with Mainoo. The way we get rid of players, we don't just let them go and come back. Apart from the youngsters, apart from Harry Amaz and all these little ones, everyone that's in the senior team, we let go on loan. It's loan, put an obligation in there. Put certain conditions that's going to make it obligation. That's what we're on. That's what Ineos are on. The only guy that got out of that, and we learned our lesson, was Sancho. Yo, you have to buy him obligation 5 million to pay us. If you don't, everyone else, it's like Rashford. We'll send him on loan. You've got to pay everything. Yeah, you lot are paying everything. We're not going to pay nothing. And you lot can buy him for 30 million. So he could come back. But the rest of them, Højlund, he's got, if Napoli make the Champions League, and I think they're top at this moment as we're speaking, if they make the Champions League, Højlund stays at Napoli. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, they've got it weird like that. Like, if, who else had a loan with like an obligation type of thing? Was there someone else as well? But this is what they're on. So this is why I'm looking at it and I'm saying, bro, if Mainoo goes on loan, hopefully they don't try to put this guy on some madness where they have to sign him. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, that's what they're dealing with. Look, Napoli are second in their league. So look at that. Højlund definitely things. Roma are fourth. So this is for the Xerxes stuff. Because if Xerxes goes and they say, yeah, you know what, you have to sign him on an obligation if you make Champions League, they're fourth at this moment. But their league is just like ours right now. It's tight. No one's running away from it. Their league is tight. Napoli's there. Højlund's definitely going to get Champions League, more or less. They just won the league. And then you've got Roma, who's there. So it is where it is, man. Their league is tight, but you can still see the main five, you should say, at the top. Yeah, Juventus is still around, but the main teams are at the top. So Napoli, come on. Napoli should get Champions League. Fiorentina is last, bottom last, which is crazy. David De Gea is over there just rotting. It's crazy. They ain't even won a game. They're the only team that hasn't won a game. That is madness. But they've drawn six games. That's crazy, isn't it? They haven't won a game, but they've drawn 6 games, and they've got more points than Wolves. Madness. So yeah, that's got to do with the Xerxes stuff anyway. So we might be able to throw a little something in there whether it turns Xerxes' thing permanent. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I just hope. Like I said, I like some of these players, but they're not playing no games. When they send a man on loan or something, they want it to be obligation, or you pay for the whole wages or some madness in there. But everyone that goes on loan for us anyway is clearly not even wanted. I don't think we've sent anyone on loan like a Mainoo. We send him on loan, but he's still here for the future plans. I don't see that happening. It's like everyone that goes on loan, Rashford, you're not wanted. Bomb squad. Sancho, soon as your loan runs out, see you later. We don't want you here anyway. Garnacho got bought for money. Anthony, we don't want you anyway. You go in and played, and then you come back, and then they bought you. Who else was there? Who else was there? Højlund. Bam, obligation. If you make Champions League. We don't want these guys. Onana, he's going to loan. Fabrizio's already come out and said it's over. Do you know what I'm saying? Us and Højlund, forget about it. That's done. So this is what's going on. This is what we're dealing with now. So Xerxes isn't going to... I don't think Xerxes stays anyway. He's not playing. He's not rated. Let's just call it a buck. Amrin doesn't rate him. He played him for West Ham and was it Everton because he had to. There was no one else. And that's what happens, man. But I like Xerxes, man. This is what I'm saying. I like a few of these players. But that's Sky Sports in Italy saying that. And then this is obviously more or less the same thing 1 hour ago. So Roma and Daily talks for United for Joshua Xerxes. United prefer a permanent transfer or a loan with an obligation to buy, while Roma are pushing for a loan with an option to buy that could become obligatory under certain conditions. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Unless they're turning around. Obviously, the one thing I believe in Ineos is they've got a plan. So if they're saying, yo, we want my man to go on an obligation, they're probably going to replace him with a striker that they think is a proper number 9. And there's all these talks about Harry Kane. Ben Jacobs said a 1-2 thing about that. But we ain't seen anything from it. So we don't know. But that's the situation with Xerxes. So we'll see what happens with Xerxes, man. We'll see where I'm going, man. So that's that. I've told you a few stuff about Kobe. I've told you a lot about Ederson. I'm going to come back to it. If you're new in the chat, don't watch nothing. Smash the likes, my peoples, man. You know we're here every day. All the Man United news. Smash these likes. And I'm going to summarize at the end. Don't watch nothing. So cool. We've got this now. This is Amad, Dalot, and Bruno Fernandes have made the team of the week for the Premier League. Robert Sanchez, Diaz, Michael Keane, Dalot, and left back. Amad Diallo, right back. Fernandes, the one that plays for West Ham. Cherki, Fernandez, Cunha, Ekitike, and Gordon. So that's the team of the week. We've got 4 players in there. Crazy. 4 players. So big up them anyway. Remember, we're playing Bournemouth on Monday, and that's the last time Ahmad and Boomer and Mazarawi are going to play. They're going AFCON for a month. You understand? And then there's this talk that came out from Republica saying Napoli is willing to cover Mainoo's entire salary. Because remember, Mainoo's not on a lot of money. He's an academy player. He hasn't got his big contract yet. Remember, we're still trying to give Mainoo another contract, you know. So we haven't merged yet and come to plan like what we're actually going to give him, and he's accepted. So Napoli are saying we'll cover his whole wage. So he's coming on loan for us, and we'll cover the whole wage. So these are the things that's happening. This is how you can go out there and do these things. We've got this stat. Look at this non-penalty league goals since the start of last season. Brian and Mbumo's got the most out of everyone. Non-penalty league goals. So that's no Harry Kane, none of that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? None of them, and they're in there. When it comes to penalties, Brian and Mbumo scores goals. He has been a bit frustrating recently. I feel like yesterday he was a bit frustrating, and the Everton game. No, West Ham. But he got the goal in the end, you get me? And it gave us a nice layoff. This is something about Højlund. There's Rasmus Højlund on the front page. Headlines, rewards Napoli for the timing of their transfer strategy, which had already been generous even before needing to replace Romelu Lukaku. Let me tell you something. Watch this. So what happened with Højlund is he scored 2 goals, yeah, in their last fixture. And it was against Juventus, which is a good game, of course, yeah. Let me show you something. Watch this. Where is it? So this is it here. Look, Rasmus Højlund. Look, he scored 2 goals on the 7th minute and the 78th minute. He won them the game. And then now they're gassing him up. Højlund, the transfer strategy's been lit. They're bigging him up. You get me? But watch this, though. This is what I'm trying to say to you about the Man United thing. Look at this guy's last 10 games. Look at this guy's last 10 games for Napoli. Look at that. Blank. 1 assist, blank, blank, 1 assist. That's Scotland. I'm not even going to count that. Blank, 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 blank. Let's go back. And then he scored there. How much games is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 games without a goal. No one says anything because no one cares. Oh shit, that's not even, this ain't even Napoli. Look, this is all country. So cool. So this ain't even Napoli, so it's there. That's the last time he scored a club goal. The 5th of October. He hasn't scored since the 5th of October until yesterday. And then now they're going to make it a big thing. Højlund, the transfer strategy, Man United, this is what happens. The man hasn't scored since the 5th of October. It's crazy. But yeah, it is where it is anyway. So they're bigging up the transfer strategy. And I see a report saying Højlund was Man United dumb for selling Højlund, basically. Like I just said to you, this is what happens all the time. It is where it is anyway. So that's Højlund for you anyway. We've got this stuff about Marcus Rashford now. So apparently, he's came out and informed Man United he only wants to join Barca once his loan expires next summer. Because basically Barcelona apparently yesterday came out and said they want to sign Rashford, but they want to lower the price. Bro, we're already offering 35 million, which is crazy. I think it was 30 million, sorry. 30 million they can get Rashford for, which is madness when you actually think about it. We're letting Rashford go on loan. Obviously, they're paying his whole wage. But then just pay us 30 million and we'll call it quits. How crazy is that? And now they're still saying, nah, we want to put the price down. We want to get him for about 20 million. Marcus Rashford, 20 million. You're taking the piss. This guy's got the most assists in La Liga or something like that. Like, he's doing what he needs to do. And obviously with Rashford now, he's trying to push the price down. Because if he's saying, I only want Barcelona, and he comes back to Man United, Barca are going to say, bruv, 20 million or not, take it if you want it or not. He's on 300k or whatever he's on. We're going to have to keep paying that, and he's in the bomb squad. You see what I'm saying? So it's a bit of a sticky one. Like, it's putting us in a mad position. So that's the situation with Rashford. He's basically playing their game with them. Because they're saying we only want to buy him for 20. It was 20 or 22 million or something like that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, let me type it up. Barcelona, Rashford. Yeah, it said 20 million, I think they were saying. 20 million for Rashford when we've already said 25 million is cool. Where is it, man? This is it here. 21 hours ago. Look at that. Barcelona are pleased with Marcus Rashford's progress, but are encouraging him to express himself more in attack. Barca would like a permanent deal for a lower price of 20 million/25 million euros. Are you crazy? That's like 15, 16 million pounds. They're mocking us. They're saying Barca would like a permanent deal for a lower price of 20 million euros. That's like 16, 15 million pounds. So we've told them 30 million euros, which is about 24 million pounds, and they're still saying, nah, we think we can get it for about 10 million less. They're taking the piss. Alternative options are being considered if United reject the fee. And this is Sean Connolly. Sean Connolly knows his stuff. So they're really mocking us. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So that's what's happening. Barca have obviously put that out there, and then he's come out himself apparently now, and he's saying, listen, I only want to go to Barca. So if he's saying I only want to go to Barca, I don't want to go nowhere else, we have him in the bomb squad. Think about it. We're paying him 300k a week. He's in the bomb squad. Barca are there giving us 18 million or 15 million, and he said, I'm only going to go there. It puts us in a position where it's like, bro, we can just take 15 million for him, and that 300k comes off the wage book. Or we can say, no, we keep him in the bomb squad. We end up paying way more than 15 million anyway, because the 300k is going to add up. Do you get what I'm trying to say to you? So, and he's not even playing, or he's not even wanted for the manager, or etc. That's where we're at with this. That's what's crazy. So it puts us in a position where we have to sit there and think, what is the right thing to do here? Should we go out there and actually, should we just go out there and take the 15 million, but you're bumping yourself and you're trying to change the transfer strategy where we don't want to be bumps. We're not overpaying for players, and we don't want to get bumped. As in, that's why we've made Rashford go and they've paid his whole wage. Garnacho, Chelsea have been saying they want to get him for 30 million. We said no, we sold him for 40, even though that was a little bit low still, etc. Anthony, 20 million pounds. That Højlund, obligation. And that's basically a 40 million as well. Like, so we're not really getting bumped like we was before. Before, we was getting scammed everywhere. Any sort of transfer, we were getting overpriced. And every single player that we sold, it was always an edict thing. The most we sold a player for was Ronaldo, of course, 80 million or something. But Daniel James was 30 million. And that was the first time in like 3 years we even got more than 25 million or something. Crazy stats, crazy. So that's the situation with Rashford. Let me get a few of these comments, and then obviously we'll get back into the rest of the news, and I'll summarize what's gone on with Ederson and that, etc. For those that's just come in the chat. Belieber is the guy. I've seen Belieber 1-2 times. I do rate him, man. I just don't rate the 70 million. He's getting quoted to be 74 million. I'm not really rating that. I'll be real. I like Belieber, but 74 million is madness. So I'm not with the 74 million thing. Anything else, I'm cool with. I don't mind. Metric community, big up yourself, Man United, man. Appreciate it. Smash the likes, my peoples, man. If you're new, subscribe. You know we're always here for you lot. Big up Metch, how's it going? Any pleasing updates? I'm going to summarize in a minute, Cash. Don't watch nothing, and show you exactly what's going on. We've had a few things about Ederson, Kobe, Mainoo, Rash, we're on now, etc. We're going to show you in a minute. Going to celebrate one more time with Joshua Zerks. I see that one day. He's loving it as well. He's loving it. Big up yourself, Nick Toe, man. I hope you're good, bro. Keep up the good work. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. This is what the media do to slate us. I love it. They're hurting. Exactly. They love it, man. 15 million loan fee. We say it for Mainoo. Is that what you're saying for Mainoo, yeah? Big up Metch. Big up yourself, Genghis. What's the Ederson news? I'm going to summarize that in a minute, and we'll see it all together. Don't watch nothing. Double the fee. Just getting Rashford wage gone is a blessing. That's what I just said. Yeah. Do we just take the 15 million that they want? Or do we get his fee off? Which one do you think it makes more sense? Do we just say, you know what, give us 15 million? I don't think 15. I think that'll be them showing that they don't really want him. I don't think they really want him. They went for Nico Williams. He ended up signing a new contract. Then they ended up going for, who's the other guy called? Nico Williams for Luis Diaz. They went for Luis Diaz next. And then obviously Liverpool said he's not for sale. Then they ended up selling him in the end anyway. But they didn't really want Rashford. That's what I think. I think he's doing the job for them. He's cut his wages, remember, over there, and they're paying for it, whatever wage they need to pay for. It's like, it's a loan. We'll just pay for it. We'll do what we've got to do now, but we will go for our guy in the summer. I think summer comes, they let him go, and they go for their guy. I swear to you. I don't think they really rate him like that. But if they can get him for the low for like a 15 million, why not? 15 million, he's depth. He can play in striker role. Remember, Lewandowski's there as well. And Lewandowski's getting old. Lewandowski's getting old now. So, come on, man. You got to pray. Days are getting bumped to now over. Barca probably want him, but they want a bargain. Yeah, I think they want him, but for a cheap price. But I don't think he's their main guy because they wanted Nico Williams, bro. And then after Nico Williams, they wanted Luis Diaz. So he was like the third choice. So I don't think they really rate him. And he's a loan where they get to choose at the end of the season. Do you understand? When you're in that position where you get to choose at the end of the season, you're in a comfortable position. And that's where they're at. So that's the situation with Rashford. Like I said, I'll summarize in a sec. We've got these talks about this young kid as well. I think he plays for, is it Leipzig or something like that? I can't remember what team it is. But Man United, Elche identified Elche centre-back David Afengruber as a target for the summer of 2026. They've set a 26 million price tag for the 6'2" defender. Amrin sees him as an ideal long-term partner for Euro. I don't know if there's any truth to this. I've never heard of this guy in my life. He's obviously in the Spanish league. David Afengruber. I don't know how old he is. He looks young. Maybe he's a young gem that we go and get. Remember, that's one thing you can say since Jason Wilcox and them when I've come here. They have come and got some young gems and they know what they're doing. Aiden Heaven, we saw him get unveiled next to Dorgu. We didn't even think he was going to ever play. Everyone was like, yeah, Dorgu's getting unveiled and a young boy. We didn't think anything of Aiden Heaven. Now look at him. He's getting picked over Euro. It's crazy. So this is what we're dealing with. But I don't know this geezer. So he could be a one to watch out for. But I don't know him. I've never heard of him. Afengruber. And he's playing for Elche. Elche is obviously a team that defends a lot. So I don't know. But he's tall. So maybe that's why they're looking at him. Obviously, when you look at our... that's the biggest XG win of the season so far. So everyone's sitting there and saying, it's just Wolves. It's just Wolves. Bro, every single team has played them, more or less. Chelsea's XG was 3.98 And Chelsea played them in the cup, and it was 4-3. Because everyone's making a big deal about us conceding a goal. Like, Chelsea conceded 3 goals to this Wolves team in the cup. So it couldn't have been that easy if it's the biggest XG of the season and everyone's played them. Everyone's more or less played them. Man City won 4-0 on the first game of the season. Arsenal's obviously going to play them next. They could get a bigger XG. But people are moving like, I don't know, like everyone is slapping them 4-1. This is their biggest defeat. Do you know what I'm saying? Obviously, they've scored 1. Man City won 4-0. But they haven't, it's not like they're getting 4s every game. They lost 1-0 narrowly to Aston Villa the other day. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, people are moving like, it is a poor team. Let's not get twisted, but people are just moving like, it's Wolves, bro. They went 4-3, band for band with Chelsea. Chelsea beat them 4-3. Do you know what I'm trying to say? When you look at their results, they've played Newcastle's and all of these teams, and they haven't got smoked like that. So why is everyone just trying to say, because this United, this is what it is? Look at their last games. Look at this. Look at their last games. Forest, 1-0. Aston Villa, 1-0. Look at them this season. Look. Crystal Palace, 2-0. Chelsea, 3-0. 3-0. 4-3, band for band with Chelsea. Hanging on at the end of the game. Chelsea. Hanging on. Burnley, Sunderland, Brighton. Tottenham scored a last-minute goal to draw. Last minute, they had to go. They never scored that goal last minute. They would have lost to Wolves. They would have gave Wolves their first and probably only 3 points. Let me go back there. Look at this. Last minute, 94th minute. Look at that. Tottenham were getting bopped. So this is what I'm trying to say, man. You know, when it's Man United, man, they dim down everything, man. Don't let them take it away from you. Look, like, oh, bro, no one ain't slapping them. They've played everyone. And no one ain't slapped them. They've drew with Brighton. All of these teams. They've only lost 4 goals to us and Man City. No one else. So let's not sit here. Newcastle beat them 1-0 at their home ground. Come on, bro. So let's not sit here and just go on like, yeah, man. Everyone's going to slap them. Like, bro, everyone ain't slapping them. You understand? Only us and Man City have gave them. And we've got a mad at XG. Cunha should have really had a hat-trick. If it was a different day, he had some different boots on, he would have probably had a hat-trick. So that's that. Then we've got this, obviously, look at that. Bruno has the most assists in the Premier League this season. Just a reminder, he's doing this from a deeper position. He's not even playing in his position. Imagine you had my man playing as a 10 now. Crazy, bro. Crazy. And that assist that he had for Mason Mount was mental. Literally mental. That assist was crazy. I couldn't even celebrate it because I thought it was offside. It's crazy. Obviously, we've got the unbeaten run in the Premier League is the best at the moment for away games. So no side in the division has got a longer run for unbeaten for away games. So it is what it is, man. We're doing what we need to do, man. Obviously, that first half was brutal, but it is what it is. We made up for it. What's this now? So this has come out from Rob Dorset just now. Look at this. You know me. When we're here, we get breaking news all the time, people. This is where I'm telling you have to be here. Benjamin Sesko is close to a return to action for Man United that could even feature at some point in Monday's game against Bournemouth. He's likely to be able to play a fuller part against Aston Villa 6 days later. So remember, it was always talks about that anyway. Amrin always said that Benjamin Sesko will be ready to play once Ahmad and Mbeumo leave for AFCON, which is going to be against Bournemouth. Bournemouth is their last game, and then they get on the plane straight away. So he was always meant to be back at that game anyway, but obviously they'll probably give him like a 20 minutes, maybe even a 10. And then for Aston Villa, he will be ready to go. Do you know what I'm saying? So Benjamin Sesko is healing properly. And obviously his agent came out and said some stuff as well. So yeah, look at that. Fabrizio, of course, he's going to talk about it. He just spoke about it. Ruben Amorim is a very honest person, a good man, extremely professional. He's a fantastic person and an excellent coach. I think he has his own vision and knows how to take United to the top. And he definitely needs time. And he just says, this is what Sesko said. Look at this now, guys. What's this? This is Sesko's agent speaking to Sesko. And this is what he said. He said, listen, I visited Benjamin in Manchester, asked about Man United choice. And he told me, Elvis, the only thing I would regret for the rest of my life would be if I had not chosen Man United. Boom. That's what Sesko said to his agent. He don't need to come out and say this. He's come out and said it. So Sesko's loving it, man. He's loving it here. You get me? Obviously, he's injured, but it is what it is. Look at this guy. This is a guy that we could have got. This guy just fighting people every game. WWE. The man's still 21, you know. He's 21. He can still go wrestling. You can still go do WWE, big man. And look, he's injured again. He was injured the other day. Now he's injured his shoulder again because the guy is always fighting, bro. We thought Hoyland was fighting. This geezer is always fighting. Literally. But yeah, 4 weeks he's meant to be out for maximum. So it is where it is. But they're up front. They've got João Pedro, who they're cussing at the moment. They hate him. Chelsea fans keep grilling João Pedro. Every time I'm seeing him, they're saying this guy's a fraud. And then they've got the Mark Gui because he is too bothered fighting everybody. So it is where it is, man. It is where it is. Let me summarize what's happened then. For those that, that's Aiden Heaven. Obviously, he said a 1-2 things. He said, I don't think anyone can stop us when we play like this. We've just got to do what we did today in every game. We want to win as many games as possible. Hopefully, we can be in Europe next season, which I think we'll do. Of course, that's where Man United belong. So I feel like we can just continue how we did today and we'll be back where we belong. So it is what it is. But you see him, I like him, but then I just feel like sometimes, I don't know, man. I don't trust him fully yet, but I like the way he plays as well. But someone like Evan Nilsson against Bournemouth, I think they got Evan Nilsson up front. Put on Euro, man. Stop all these games. Give my man the 60-minute tag. Do you know what I'm saying? 60-minute, bring him on. Don't do it the other way around. Because Evan Nilsson will have a field day. Them sort of man, this is what I'm trying to say. It's a bit, I don't know, man. I don't trust him like that to be. I don't think he's ready to play with the proper Premier League strikers, the ones that know what they're doing. When this guy's like, even Stan Larson yesterday, obviously they're poor anyway. But yeah, man, I was a bit nervous still. I'm still nervous. So it is where it is. United were crying out for a striker in the summer, but for most of the season, they've looked better without a striker. Blah, blah, blah. So let me summarize what's going on there. Let me show you, look, for those that's just come in. So this is the Mainoo stuff. Bayern Munich have apparently opened talks with Kobe Mainoo's agent and are confident about signing the United star. So they're talking to his agent. So they've opened talks with the agent. Remember, let's just say, yo, what's Ryan Man's wages? What's he on? Would you be interested in coming here on loan in January? That's it. And it's them and Napoli going band for band. Napoli won him. There was talks from Fabrizio, I think it was. I said, listen, he wouldn't mind going Napoli because McTominay's there. Who's the other guy that's there? Hoyland. That's all of his mates, etc. So, yeah. Who knows, man? Who knows? But they've opened talks about signing him. That's a loan. It's not going to be no permanent thing because mainly you don't want to leave on a permanent. He loves Man United. So it is where it is. Obviously, we got the Ederson stuff. This is it. Alfredo's came out. He's an Italian journalist. And he said that Ederson has paused these contract talks, could lower his 50 million price. With his deal running until 2027, the club won't want to risk losing him for free. Obviously, Ederson, there was talks about Ederson with Man United for over a year, as you can see here from Fabrizio. Look at this. It says Ederson has been in a list of Manchester United for a long time. He was a target for Man United 1 year ago. Then it was not possible to get the deal done with Atlanta in January 2025. The agent is now saying the contract of Ederson is valid until 2027. There's no discussion on him going to extend it. He's not extending it. Fabrizio said this on November the 30th, which is 9 days ago. And then now Alfredo was basically saying the same thing. And then Fabrizio goes and says the agent is now saying there's no discussion, blah, blah, blah. The price for Ederson is now 30 to 40 million euro.
And when we see the
price, 30 to 40, so that's 26 million pounds. And that's the same price as Conor Gallagher, 26 million pounds. Ederson's won Europa League. He's fully Liverpool's midfield. He's done it all, man. And this guy's got pace. He runs around. He's got an engine. He scores goals as well. Why would we go for João Gomez or Gallagher when they just do one thing? He's just running around when he can do everything. 26 million pounds. He's only 26 years old. I think he's the one, literally. So it's just factual. When it's coming from the Italian media as well, Alfredo saying he's not going to sign the deal, bro. He's lowering his thing. It's a myth. So we need to go for him, man. I don't think there's anyone else that fits that spot there for 26 million. Remember, there's talks about us getting 2 midfielders. I'm not sitting there talking about Ederson's going to be the main one. No, Ederson's going to be part of it because we know that we want to believe or we want to Anderson or whatever. But go and get him for January. Top 4 is on. And then when we get to Europe, we go and get Anderson, Wharton or whoever. Do you know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens, man. But this is the situation with Ederson. Alfredo Padula, sorry, he's saying it's a myth. He's not signing a new contract. Fabrizio said the same thing 9 days ago, £26 million. So, bro, you lot, let me know what you lot think, man. It's evident we want a midfielder. There's talks about us going for one, and we've liked him for ages. Amrin likes him. The whole scouting team, they've been talking about Ederson for over a year. So we'll see if that is the one that we go for. This is more on Kobe Mainoo. Obviously, Bayern Munich open talks with these what's it called? With his camp. And then now we've had all the talks about Mainoo and Napoli. We've been speaking about him for ages. So this is nothing new. Mainoo has no problem joining Napoli. The club just needs to finalize a deal with Man United. Financial and technical space to sign him. That's it. So Mainoo, is he going to do it? Is he going to go down alone? He don't want to go and leave Man United permanently. He just wants to go on loan, go play somewhere for 6 months, get himself back in the Euros team, World Cup team, sorry. He was in the Euros. So that's what I meant. And then he can sit down and after 6 months, come back to Man United and evaluate. Do you know what I'm saying? But Mainoo wants to play. Every player wants to play. And he deserves to play. He was in the Euros final. So he's looking at himself saying, bro, I was already there. I was with Declan Rice and them man there. I was there. Now I'm not even playing. You got the new guys. And Anderson and Wharton, they're the new guys. I was that guy. But I'm not getting a chance to show myself. So that's what's going on with Mainoo. Napoli won him. Bayern Munich won him. We've got this about Joshua Zirkzee. Came out 2 hours ago. Roma in daily talks with United for Joshua Zirkzee. As you can see, ongoing negotiation. This is from Sky in Italy. So it's reliable to an extent. Italy, Sky. They ain't going to go out there and just spout a lot of rubbish. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be something there. And me telling you like this, because I'm here every day, there's been a lot of talks about Roma and Zirkzee. If I type it in now, you'll see loads. Roma, Zirkzee, Roma, Zirkzee. Every other day, there's talks about it. So Roma want a loan with an option to buy tied to certain targets. We're saying, no. We don't play that game no more. If you want to take one of our players, you've got to take them on a permanent move or a loan with obligation. That's what we're trying to do. That's what we've done with more or less with Højlund. We don't want to do no option to buy. Do you understand? And it's evident they don't really rate Zirkzee. Let's be real, because Ruben don't ever play him. We played him because Cunha, Sesko, they were all injured. Now Cunha's back. There's no way Zirkzee gets to play like that. He's going to get them little 10 minutes there and there again now. So it is where it is, man. But Roma are in negotiations with Man United for Zirkzee. But letting him go before and after AFCON, we don't know. That's where it gets a bit sticky. Are they going to let him go? Are they not? We'll see. So that's that about Zirkzee. So we'll see. That's Sky Italy, man. Sky Italy must know his things, man. Sky don't just come out and say things unless they've either got it from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? This is obviously the team of the week. And you got Ahmad in there, Dalot, Bruno Fernandes and Cunha. They've made the team of the week, of course. Napoli is willing to cover Mainoo's entire salary. And then obviously Mbeumo has scored the most goals, non-penalty goals, in the whole top 5 leagues since last season. No penalties. So Harry Kane would have probably topped this list when it comes to penalties. Haaland would have probably been on this list if it came to penalties. But this is without penalties. 21 goals in Mbeumo, Rafinha, and Ousmane Dembele. So that's him, obviously, with Brentford as well, etc. So it is what it is. Obviously, Højlund, they're bigging him up now. They've even added Man United in this. Rasmus Højlund on the front page of headlines. But this geezer, this is his first goal in like 9 games. The guy hasn't scored in 9 games. But now, because he scored, it's all Man United again. Man United. Like, this is what happens. It's crazy. It is what it is. There's this talks about Rashford. He only wants to join Barca, but Barca came out apparently yesterday. They're saying that they don't even want to pay the 30 million. They want to pay less. So we told them 30 million euros is calm. You can have Rashford for 30 million euros, which is a bundle. 30 million euros, that's like 25 million pounds. They've said, nah, we want to only pay 20 million euros. Crazy, bro. Crazy. Do you know what I'm trying to say? 20 million euros is what they want. And obviously Rashford is coming out and saying, I only want to join Barca. So if he comes back on loan, basically what Anthony done. Look what Anthony done. Anthony came back from Real Betis and said, I only want to join Real Betis. So until the last days of the window, we kind of had to give in to Real Betis because he only wanted them. He waited for them, and then we came to a conclusion and then bam. But that's what he's basically going to say. If I come back, I only want to join Barcelona. So if Barcelona's only offering us £15 million, What are we going to do then? That's where it is. He's on 300K. Do we let the 300K go, or do we say, nah, we don't want to look like idiots? Do you know what I'm saying? It's one or the other. So it is what it is, man. We'll see what happens. And then we've got this talks about this young boy, El centre-back, David Affengruber. I've never heard of him in my life. Let me check him out. David Affengruber. I don't know how old he is, nothing, but he's meant to be good. And apparently we're looking at him to play him next to Lenny Euro. Look at that. This is him here. He's 22 years old. Austrian, 7.7 is what they're rating him, man. He's got 30th of June 2027 is when his contract ends. And yeah, so I don't really know him, man. But obviously Elche is a team that just defends all game. They're literally like, basically, who can I say Elche is basically like? I don't think they ever get relegated. So it's weird. So I can't even say someone like a new promoted team. Look, they're so weird. They're just a weird team. Look, they win a game, they drew Real Madrid, but I don't think they ever get relegated. So you can basically say they're like an Everton or something, where they just defend a lot. They always stay in the league, but they never like mount to anything. So he's playing for that. That's who we're looking at. Another young gem. It's believable because that's our news transfer target. He's 6'2", 26 million price tag. Who knows? We'll see if more comes from it, but this is the talks. Obviously, look at that. We've got the biggest XG win so far in the whole Premier League, which is the Wolves. Man United, our XG was crazy. It's the biggest one. And obviously before that, it was Chelsea against Wolves. But then Chelsea obviously went 4-3 with them in the cup game. So it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, so the biggest XG. So it's not like everyone is pamming Wolves. Because everyone tried to just make it out like, it's Wolves. They're this team. Look at them. Bro, they've played everyone. They've played Newcastle, Brighton's, everyone. They played Tottenham, and Tottenham needed a last-minute goal to save them. So let's not sit here and just act like, yeah, like, they're the worst team in the world. You should be beating them 4-1. We should have had about 7. Let's be real. Come on, let's be real. We should have had about 7 goals that game. But it's still, yeah, we've done our thing. Let's just keep it as that. Bruno Fernandes has got the most assists in the Premier League, and he's doing it from a deeper position. Remember, if he was still playing in the 10, what would he be on? He'll be on some mad numbers. 6 assists, and look at what he done for Mount. That Mount assist was mental. Crazy. So big up the boy Bruno, and obviously we're unbeaten. We've got the best, we're on a good run, basically. We're on the best run at this moment when it comes to away. I think Arsenal was with us, but Arsenal ended up losing at Villa Park. So obviously now we're the only team unbeaten in 5 Premier League away games. So yeah, it is what it is, man. We'll see. Another decent away day. Our last one was Palace. Before that was Forest. We drew. Tottenham, we drew. And then we won one. I can't remember who we beat before that. It might have been Liverpool. Yeah, I think that's Liverpool. Yeah, Liverpool, Tottenham, Forest, and then Crystal Palace, and then obviously Wolves. So it is where it is. It is where it is. And that's obviously, that's the Rashford price. I'm telling you, they're taking the piss. They're saying, we want him for 15 million. Yeah? We want Rashford for 15 million. We're not taking... I know you're not trying to do us a deal and tell us 30 million euros, but nah, we only want him for 15 million. They're mocking us. This is what they're on. So it is where it is, man. We just got to take it on the chin, innit? And we just got to believe that they're going to end up doing the right thing. But come on, Barca can't be mocking us like this. I know they're broke and they got all these problems because of Messi. He messed up their whole thing, but they're coming out here and saying, if Man United reject the fee of £15 million, we won't take Rashford. Like, you're trying to threaten, man. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't think it's that bad. I think Rashford could come back. It's not that deep. You know what I'm saying, bro? So it is where it is, man. We'll see what happens, man. But Barcelona have not made the decision yet. They still haven't made the decision. We don't know what's going to happen. The reports of Barca not making a deal permanent is not true. Barca have not communicated anything to Man United or Rashford. That's the thing that got said before on the 6th of December. And then obviously since then, which is yesterday, 21 hours ago, this is what came out. That Barcelona are pleased with Rashford's progress. They want him to express himself a bit more in attack. And he missed the open, I wouldn't say open goal, but it was a sitter. He missed the sitter the last time I saw him play against Real Betis. So I don't know if they're really rating him, but they're taking the piss. They are taking the piss. Let me get a few of these comments. I'll get a few of these comments now. Rashford's best goals are over. Barca probably want him in the basement thing. Belieber, not overrated, not seeing what the hype about the poor since he would be linked with him. Yeah, he has been poor. He had the 1-2 games. He's had a 1-2 good games that you can tell that, yeah, he's going to be a good player. But he has been poor for the majority. I'm with you with that one. Rashford can walk away for free in 80 months. I bet anything is true. Yeah, it's true. We lost to Everton 10 men. The media are worried if we got another striker, we dominate. Worried. It's crazy. It's crazy. That's the only reason I was kind of nervous about yesterday, because I was like, bruv, we lost to 10-man Everton and we lost to Grimsby. We can lose to anyone. You know what I'm going to say? And when we went in at half-time and you saw that goal go in just before half-time, everyone was spooked at like, this is going to happen again. Because that little period before half-time, that little 10 minutes, we were going ban for ban. It was a basketball match. And I'm like, this is Wolves. This is crazy. So 100%, it's scary. We can't go into teams no more and be like, yeah, we're going to smash them. Do you know what I mean? Hope you're good, Brighton, man. I'm all good, man. I'm easy, bro, man. Can't complain, man. Big up yourself, Lucky, man. New manager fight. Lucky's a madman. Galatasaray after Ugarte. Yeah, I saw that link there. Galatasaray do want Ugarte apparently, but I don't think we're going to I don't think we let any of our players go in January unless we're convinced that we're going to get someone as good as them coming in. And that's a headache. Players don't want to do that. That's where people go and overpay. Unless we're sitting there convinced where we're like, yep, Xerxes can go, but we've got Harry Kane or someone coming in or another loan that's as good as him, it wouldn't make any sense. That's where I'm with it. So I don't know, man. So I don't think any of them actually leave. Who would you choose between Belieber, Wharton, and Anderson? I think Anderson's the one right now, man. Anderson's the one. I'll be real. If you look at it properly, I think it's Anderson. He just fits everything. Look at that. Benjamin Sesko could make his return against Bournemouth. So yeah, I think Anderson's the one. I like Wharton though. I like watching Wharton. I'll be real. Wharton is a baller. I like Belieber as well, but I think Belieber is coming in to be aside them. I don't think Belieber is thing. I don't think Belieber's coming in to be the number 6 just by himself. That's it. Remember, there's been talks about we can get 2 midfielders. Casemiro definitely leaves. There's no way we extend that. So Casemiro leaves. We go and get 2 midfielders. Ugarte can leave as well. So we go and get 2 midfielders, maybe Belieber and a Wharton or Anderson. That's all the talk. It's been 2 midfielders. Every single person, Andy Mitten, Fabrizio, Ben Jacobs, have all said Man United are looking at 2 midfielders. And this is where we're at with Anderson. I said a few weeks ago about Elliot Anderson being United's #1 target, and that is true. But Man City also want him because he is very, very good. Other clubs want him too. United have other targets. They are well ahead of knowing what they want in the market. United will likely have money and they know the players they want. So this is what was said about Anderson. This is the latest on our midfield. And that's from Andy Mitten. Andy Mitten is 30. When everyone was sitting here, Fabrizio Romano, everyone gassing up the Gyökeres stuff. You see, when Arsenal were in for Gyökeres, everyone was like, no, Man United might bid for him, blah, blah, blah. Andy Mitten turned around and said, we're not in for Gyökeres. Yeah, I'm around the club. No one ain't speaking about Gyökeres. And everyone was like, he's negative. Even me. Even me, I was like, bruv, this guy's negative. What do you mean we're not about Gyökeres? We are. I'm seeing the reports from Portugal, Fabrizio, Benji. He said, bro, we're not in for Gyökeres. And we never made a bid for him. So he was right. Do you know what I'm saying? He was just there. He was just linked with us as an option, but we never made a bid. We never made a move. So there you go. So yeah, man. So Andy Mitten, when he talks, you listen. Trust me. And that's what he said about Elliot Anderson. And then he also said United know which areas they want to try and improve. United want a couple of central midfielders. A couple. A couple means more than one. That's another link saying 2. A couple of central midfielders, another attacker on one of the wingers and central defender. Another attacker on one of the wingers. And one of the wingers probably. I don't know. Those won't happen overnight, and it's still probably 2 or 3 more transfer windows before the squad looks as complete as United will want to look. If United can get to that point without changing coaches. So they're basically going to say, can they go and rebuild the whole team without having to change Ruben and get a new manager in? Because you've got to remember, they're making this team for whoever. We're just trying to make a super team anyway. Look at Real Madrid. They buy players. And any manager that comes in, you've got to deal with these players. Man City are doing that as well. It's not, we need to buy players for Pep's system anymore. It's just, we will buy the next guy that we know is Dilly. They went in for Declan Rice. Arsenal kind of outbidded them. They said, no problem. You know what I'm trying to say? They went in for Cucurella when it was Brighton. Chelsea outbidded. They go and get someone else. Like, it is what it is, man. So it seems like we're buying players that can play in a 4, 3 at the back, 4, whatever. It don't really matter. But Andy Mitten is saying it's going to be a couple of midfielders. They've all said it. Benjamin, Ben Jacobs, etc. This is the last thing we said about the last thing that got said about Belieber was 85 million is what that they might offer, which is 74 million pounds. And obviously Bayern Munich are in for him as well. Bayern Munich have added him into their targets, but Belieber has a clear preference and he favours Manchester United. So Belieber wants United. So that makes it easier for us if we want to go for Belieber, of course. Anderson seems like it's more of a race between us and City. Does he sit there and go, ooh, Amrin's tactics, ooh, I don't know about Man United? Or does he say, I'll go City, I'll get smoothed in? Remember, they got Rodri, they got Nico Gonzalez, they got options. They got Reinders, they got players that can play in them 2-6. Like, who knows? Who knows, man? It's going to be a weird one. It's going to be a crazy one. We're going to have to see what happens. But there's been all these talks about 2 midfielders. So it's just who the 2 midfielders are going to be. And this is the Ugarte stuff that someone just asked me about in the chat. Yeah, there you go. Genghis, this is for you. Galatasaray are closely monitoring the situation of Manuel Ugarte, who is reportedly set to part ways with Man United. Galatasaray will knock on the Man United's door for Ugarte during the transfer window. And then obviously, Alex Crooks said something about Ugarte as well. I'll show you that right now. So that's come out from thing. And then this is what Alex Crooks said about it. He said that Manuel Ugarte's future at Man United is looking increasingly bleak. The planned midfield overhaul means Ugarte being allowed to move on. So remember, there's been talks about a midfield overhaul for a minute. So people are gonna leave. It's either gonna be it could be Mainoo on a loan. We don't have a clue. But I know for a fact Casemiro goes and Ugarte might sit there and go, Brad, I'm just sitting on the bench. I feel like I'm better than that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because he could go to a team and play every game. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I don't know what's happened to him since he's been playing for us. And we've got that mad stat as well, that every time he's come off the bench, 6-7 minutes later, this geezer has all we've conceded, which is crazy. You know what I'm trying to say? So I don't know, man. It's a weird one, man. But that's Ugarte for you. So there's an overhaul that's going to happen with the midfield, and Ugarte might get hit. Casemiro's definitely going to get hit. Ugarte might get hit. So we'll see what happens, bro. So that's who I would choose. I would choose Anderson, but I want Belieber as well. I don't mind Belieber, but I'm not in this 70 million thing. 70 million is mad. Wharton, baller. Bring him for 65 million, that's cool. Anderson, apparently he's not even going to be 100 million. He's going to be 80, less than 80, more than 60. I'm cool with that, bro. So if I had to pick, I'll pick Anderson. I'll be real. Conor Gallagher for all Belieber. Bro, I don't want no Conor Gallagher. I don't want him over it. We need massive investment in our club during the winter transfer window. Yeah, we definitely need some legs out there, man. We need a wing back too. Yeah. I think they're gonna address that one there. I don't know if they address it in January. We done it last January. We got Dorgu, remember? So we could address it in January. We might not. I don't know. But they're definitely gonna address that in the summer. That's one thing they're definitely gonna do. So we'll see, man. But things are brewing, man. Things are brewing. Sesko's nearly back. He's very close to coming back. It's talks that he'll be back for the Bournemouth game. What's this? Yeah, this is the same thing, basically. Sesko should be back. Aston Villa have placed a bid. 19-year-old attacker. Yeah, safe. He just looks like a baller. Different. So, yeah, my peoples, man, we're going to see what's happening, man. Let me get a few more of these comments. We need a wing back too. We do, Man United fans club for real. 28 million Ugarte. Nah, I don't know what we sell Ugarte for. What would you think Ugarte could go for? It's mad, isn't it? I don't know what Ugarte can actually go for. Like, he's such a weird one. When you look at Ugarte, like, what do you lot think he's actually worth? Because I would say we got him for 50. We could probably sell him for 30. We could probably sell Ugarte for 30. Let's be real. But even that, they might look at it and go, bruv, 30 million is mental. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It's a weird one. It's a weird one. Ugarte's a weird one. What's that one there? We need to replace Maguire with a CB, replace Casemiro, Ederson with Belieber, Anderson, and Jara. Ericsson's been gone for about a year, blood. Man said Ederson. Ericsson's been gone for about a year, brother. We don't even have to replace someone that's not here. But Belieber, Anderson and Jawar. What Jawar? Gomez. I don't rate him, man. I don't rate Jawar Gomez, man. I think he's not all that. Literally, man. People were saying, let's go get Andre. Are you not seeing who gave us the first goal? Who Casemiro tackled and we got the first goal from? Everyone was saying, go and get Andre. Go and get the Andre guy. Look at Andre. That's Jao Gomez, man. He's exactly the same. Literally. We need wing backs too. Yeah, we do. 100%. I'm not going to let these 2 games change my mind on Dalot. No way. We've seen Dalot for long enough to know this geezer is a madman. Torreira go for. Who is Torreira? Who is that? I don't even know who that is. Who's Torreira? Clubs over there. So yeah, that's more or less it, my peoples, man. Mainoo, there seems that there's a little battle going on between Napoli and Bayern Munich. Ederson, obviously, he's not going to sign a new contract. Ederson, Fabrizio's already said that we're looking at him, and we've been looking at him for over a year, and he's going to be £26 million. So we'll see if we end up going for him. That's Napoli. They're saying they'll pay Mainoo's whole wage. That's how much they want him. Roma are in talks with Man United for Xerxes. That's from Sky, Italy. So we'll see. That's breaking news from an hour ago. So that's what's going on there. 4 of our players have made, obviously, the team of the week. You got Bruno Fernandes, Ahmad, Dalot, and obviously Cunha. Mbumo scored the most goals, non-penalty league goals since the start of last season. So the top 5 leagues, not including penalties, he's got more goals than Haaland, Mbappe, Harry Kane, every single one of them, when it comes to no penalties involved. So he's doing what he needs to do. Obviously, majority of them goals, he was playing for Brentford, but it's just to show what player we got. Napoli's willing to cover Mainoo's entire wage. Højlund scored his first goal in 10 games, and now they're talking about him again. Man United, he's all over the headlines. Man United, like, bro, first goal in 10 games. They never said nothing in 10 games. Rashford is pushing for a move. Barcelona saying, listen, we don't mind buying him, but it has to be for cheaper than what you gave us. We said 30 million euros, which is about 24 million pounds. They're saying, nah, we want it for 15 million pounds. And Rashford is saying he only wants to go to Barca, so he's kind of helping them. We're looking at this young gem, David Affenguba. He plays for Elche in Spain. Apparently, we want him as a long-term partner with Euro, but I don't know how true that is. We'll see. That was the biggest XG win in the season so far. No one else had a bigger XG than that. What we've done against Wolves. And obviously, before that, it was Chelsea against Wolves. So Wolves are just giving everyone XG. Bruno Fernandes got the most assists in the whole Premier League. And he's in a deeper position. We're unbeaten when it comes away in 5 games. We've got the best record at the moment. No side in the division has a longer run. Arsenal was with us, but they lost to Aston Villa the other day. And that's just the price stuff about Barcelona. They want Rashford for 15 million, which is taking the piss, literally. So that's it, my peoples, man. That's all the news for you lot. I'll do my 10-minute roundup about 9 o'clock. So anything that comes out from now to 9 o'clock or before will all be in that video in 10 minutes. All the Man United news. So make sure you smash the likes. Subscribe if you're new. Love my peoples. Appreciate all of you lot.
Got some celebs pull up local. You know we up next, pull up mobos. They don't be there on repeat, they're like, oh no. Where's the mix it? I'm gonna take a photo now. For now, I'm local. But now I'm preserving beat, I'm more loud. I said I'm more loud, I'm more loud.